All right, it is 7 o'clock on January 10th, 2023. I'd like to call the Town of Lake Mills Town Board monthly meeting to order.
No, public hearing first. Up at the top.
Yep. Oh, public hearing order. Public comments on the proposed ordinance 1-7, adopt the Wisconsin Municipal Record Schedule. The Town Board will consider the proposed ordinance at the monthly board meeting directly following adjournment of the public hearing. Drafts of the ordinances are published on the town's website.
So you just call it 3 times for a public comment on that one?
Yep. First call for any public comment on the public hearing. 1-7. Second call for any public comment on 1-7, adopt the Wisconsin Municipal Record Schedule. Third call.
I make a motion to
1-7.
close. I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Public hearing meeting adjourned, 7:02. It is 7:02, and I'd like to call the Town of Lake Mills Town Board meeting on January 10th, 2023 to order. Notice is posted at the Town Hall and on the town's website.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second that motion.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. We approve the agenda. Okay, we got a couple sets of minutes here.
I'll make a motion to approve the
December
town board meeting of December 13th minutes.
I second that motion.
Any other discussion on the December 13th town board meeting minutes? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Can we get a motion to approve the special meeting?
I make a motion to approve the special meeting that was held December 15th.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Approval of the treasurer's report.
Make a motion to approve treasurer's report for January 2023.
Second.
Any other discussion?
You want to discuss this now?
I've got it's
You got it on the
an item.
agenda.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Oh, the expense sheets. I didn't make copies.
Approval of the town board's expense sheets.
I had one that, what's the total we got here? Hold on a second, sorry. I had the Zoom subscriptions for some of the meetings we had recently, and then some flowers. 98.58 was the total.
Can we get a motion to
I make a
approve?
motion to approve expense sheet for Robin for
Second.
$98.58.
Second.
I should have warned you.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries to approve the expense sheets. Approval of the general fund vouchers.
I'll make a motion to approve January's disbursements of $2,069,828.33.
I second that motion.
Any other discussion on disbursements? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Reports, police report, Rob. Walters, how you doing?
All right, good. So we had 38 hours of patrol in the month of December with 3 complaints, which took about 3.5 hours for those 3 complaints. 9 traffic stops with 4 warnings and 7 citations issued. Did 1 ordinance citation issued, 2 residence checks, and 9 park checks, and 1 extra patrol. Nice and easy.
Awesome. Thanks, Sergeant Walters. Plan Commission report, Jim.
No report, didn't have a meeting. We are gonna start meeting though and working on the land use plan.
Cambridge Fire and EMS report, Dave.
I had a meeting last night, relatively short and sweet. Basically, it was mostly housekeeping. we had an issue at the bank. They had froze all of the commissions, fire and EMS, all of their accounts. Wouldn't allow us to deposit any money, which is really kind of sad. We had almost a hair over $300,000 to be deposited, and they froze the accounts. So what we had to do is we had to make a resolution to keep the accounts that are already established, maintained, and then we had to then make a motion to authorize Mark Cook and Mark McNally as being the two sole signature people for signing the checks. Paul Bunt can deposit money, but those two are the only ones that can write the checks. So anyway, that motion was made, and it had passed, so we should be all set to go, which I really don't get it because they've been the chair and treasurer for almost a year. But anyway, that's my holiday. That was it.
Alrighty, thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Joint Rock Lake Committee report. Let's see, I didn't get one from Wendy, so I don't see her here tonight.
No, I think she said she didn't want to be here tonight in one of her emails.
Yep. Okay, town chairman report, city, county, state. All the talks been revolving around EMS. And finally, you've gotten a meeting where all the townships can attend, and Lake Mills EMS will attend, Lake Mills Fire will attend, and all that will happen. Leave for a work session next Monday evening, January 16th at 5 p.m. So we will see what,
5:30, I think it is.
5:30?
It's 5:30? I believe it's 5:30.
I got both of them. One says 5:30 and one says 5.
Does it? Yeah,
Okay,
I thought I had one that said 5, but we'll double check that. But hopefully that will be a productive meeting. And it's about time that everyone sits at the table, which we've been asking for all along. So.
Right.
And then there's another executive meeting on January 25th at the county level discussing EMS, but we'll get more details on that, on if there will be any involvement from the townships or anyone else at that time, or if it's just an executive meeting to discuss what's going to happen and going forward. Parks Committee report, no report, there was a meeting last month. Town Hall Facilities Committee.
Okay, we've been working on getting information sheets together and tax impact information for the open house that will be coming up on January 24th.
Excellent. All right, period of public comment. This is the time period if the public has commentary to come up to the podium, state your name, your address, and please keep your public comments to 3 minutes. Anyone for public comment tonight? This will be the only time that the public can comment unless the board asks you to join the discussion.
Terry Johnson from Cambridge Fire. Last time I was here, I handed out some information, and I just wonder if there's any questions on that information, or...
I don't have any questions.
No.
No questions.
Okay, so on the understanding I have now is we're meeting with Mark Cook and the lawyer Monday night. The fire department chief's officers are meeting with him to actually be formally propose the IGA. It's been 2 months, and they're going to finally talk to us. So,
Oh, good.
So-
You didn't say anything last night, so.
yeah. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Terry.
My name is Hope Osdike. I live in the town of Lake Mills. I'm kind of disappointed to be here tonight. I wish I didn't have to come and talk to you about this. But I thought we should go over a few things. I wrote a letter to all of you about the Knickerbocker Ice Fest. I'm here tonight to represent the legendary Lake Mills, a Main Street chamber organization that came together last January. Every year we sponsor the Knickerbocker Ice Festival the first weekend in February. And it came to our attention sometime in October that you guys had raised the fee for a event as this from $100 to $500. And I guess I enumerated what I thought about this in the letter that I wrote you. We are a nonprofit organization. We're promoting the city and the town of Lake Mills and the natural features of our town. There are, in my estimation, only 3 or 4 events that pull a permit of this size in the town of Lake Mills. I feel, first of all, that it was inappropriate for you guys to begin this process of looking at the special events ordinance in January of last year, right after we applied for the permit. I don't know what details were forthcoming, but I find it unreasonable to go from $100 to $500. I also find it unreasonable that you guys have constructed a 60-day plan that you must apply for the permit 60 days ahead of time, and that you also are making this unrefundable. And for us, this is a real burden. This festival is one of the best money makers that we have, and as you may know, we are funded by the city to maintain this department or office of community involvement. You guys are not involved in any of that funding. I find the fee to be unreasonable. I find the time frame to be unreasonable, and I also find the unrefundable part of it unreasonable. Because at this point in time, we have no idea if we will even be having an ice festival. Now, we're asking you for permission to go on the lake to do activities like ice golf, ice softball, ice skating, the fishery, and an ice bar. So we have different ideas that we have put forward. This has been very successful. I think this is our 12th year. We've never had an unruly crowd. We have never had any kind of trouble with enforcement. I find the whole thing quite unreasonable. And I want to remind you that when we decided that we were going to have a special event permit, this was so that the town board and law enforcement knew what was going on. It was not a regulatory thing or an administrative thing. It was simply a thing that people would come to us and say, we're going to do this. I'll give you examples. The Trek 100, the Cambridge Bike Ride, all of these fundraisers that take us around the lake. This event that has over 101 people is one of 4 events. The Tyranina Bike Ride, the Tyranina Run, the Trek 100, and the Knickerbocker. I find this very unreasonable for you guys to levy these fees upon us. Do you know how many raffle tickets I'll have to sell to make up that $500? I just think you made a bad decision. And the other thing I want to say is, I think you made a really bad decision in not allowing those that use the permit to comment on it or to give notice of those 4 events, that you would not even drop a note and say, hey, we want the permit 60 days ahead. We want all the details. I think it's unreasonable. I'm asking you tonight to waive the fee, go back to $100, sponsor the event in the name of the town citizens of the town of Lake Mills. Now, if you want to talk about police protection, I think our record is sparkling. We've never had any incidents on the lake. We've never asked for any special police protection. Things have gone very smoothly. There is no way that we would not pay for any kind of police protection that you guys feel that you need to have for this event. But to levy that unreasonable, unrefundable 60-day fee, in my estimation, is an abuse. And I don't agree with it. And you know very well that if I had been sitting in your seat, this never would have happened last February 8th. And I'm sorry that it has. And I'm disappointed that I have to be here to say this.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment tonight? Okay, moving on, applications, discussion or decision to request for special event permit for Legendary Lake Mills for the Knickerbocker Ice Festival. This application's not signed, is it? I don't think it is.
No, page 4.
Yeah, it's missing a signature in the application and date. So $100 was paid, or you received a
Yeah,
check
the check,
for
yeah, I have the check for the
$100?
100, and well as a check for the picnic license, or the, yeah. Which is the next item.
I'm not sure this map that's attached, there's no, there's marked emergency exit points, but I have no idea where that is.
What is it?
And part of the whole problem with this part of this process is to make sure that community safety is of utmost importance. And that is a reason why special events was revamped to improve that and make sure that we are providing a fun, safe environment. And when that happens, there is a cost involved with that, unfortunately. All the costs, as we've seen in the last 2 years or year and a half, have gone up substantially at the grocery store and everywhere else, and even at the government level. Unfortunately, the town of Lake Mills is not a government financial institution that can just print money and survive off of that. So we have to do what we need to do to make sure we provide the necessary safety for all residents.
I think the points on the map are Bartles Beach and Church Street. City,
Should we want to vote?
they were in yellow, but they were,
Yeah, that should be clarified for law enforcement especially.
I think they were in yellow print. They showed up on the, right,
Yeah, so this would be Bartles Beach, and then
Yeah,
just
it's
north
church.
of there would be, is it Church?
Church,
Or right at the corner of West Lake Street, where it goes on to,
yeah, where that city access is, correct? Oh,
All those are city accesses.
yeah, they were wondering where they are. Bartles Beach and then the city one down from the Catholic Church on the end of that Church Street.
That would be the College Street view.
Is that the other one?
Fremont, College Street, those are the access points.
Okay.
So that should be updated, or we know what they are.
Well, I know they were in yellow print on the.
No, it didn't print, it didn't transfer out.
Yeah, yellow didn't print through.
Again, you know, access to the lake is dependent upon weather conditions and where a vehicle or any other kind of rescue equipment would be able to go upon the lake. It is all weather dependent.
What about the picnic license? Is everything in order there? Did you look at that?
No, it's not signed either.
It's not signed.
it's supposed to be signed and notarized.
Signed and notarized, and that's not done either.
And that one's, obviously contingent on the other one, so
Okay.
that we can take care of that.
So now they would be covered under the same $500 fee, right? Or is the picnic license going to be plus
It's
$100?
$10.
It's $10 for the picnic license.
$10
$10 for
a
the
day.
picnic license and $5 for the special event.
I make a motion to approve the special events permit for the Knickerbocker Festival. Contingent on it being able to be held from weather.
And refundable if it does not happen.
Correct, make it refundable if it does not happen.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Could I make a comment?
Sure.
I would really like to see you guys go back at this ordinance and relook it over and include the changes you're going to make. I don't think that we're refuting the costs in any way, sense, or form, but what I am refuting is the idea that you would decide to put this in place and not notify any of the people that are doing it. And as a nonprofit and a community-based foundation, I think you need to look at that. I think the 60 days needs to be looked at. I think the fees need to be looked at. And I think if you have conditions for what you want to have as submitted for a permit, then you need to enumerate those. And I think we can work together on this.
60 days is non-negotiable, that's a safety thing. You don't mess with safety. And as far as this was done in public meetings several times, mentioned several times. So notification, one, if this permit would have been in on time, which was not, the 60 days ahead of time, it's not even complete, it's not signed. You know, there's a lot of stuff missing here. We take it seriously because we take public safety seriously. And when you don't do those things, you don't take public safety seriously. Now, I'm willing to waive the fee if the weather happens, but we're not a financial institution. Every cost is going up. EMS is going up, you name it, it's going up. In the city, everywhere. It's a fact of life. You may have to charge more for a raffle ticket or a cup of beer or whatever it is. And, you know, I'm sure people are be more than happy to pay it. I see them do it at the grocery store every day, and I'm one of them, to round up for good causes. Nobody likes it. I don't like it, but it's just the way it is. We can't absorb costs. Our tax base is not growing. The city is annexing us. The fundraiser, does it go to our town parks? I haven't seen any money go to our town parks or anywhere else. It goes in the city, but it doesn't go in the township anywhere. Our town residents will go and have fun. They're always going to do that. And we're not trying to poo-poo it, but things have to be done the right way too, in the lawful way. And I think that's important. That's all I have to say. Can we get a...
We have a motion.
Yeah, you have a motion on the table. It's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Hope, do you know if you're authorized to be able to sign the application at all?
I would not have that authority.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Discussion or decision of picnic license request made by Legendary Lake Mills for the Knickerbocker Ice Festival.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Has to be signed yet.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, old business. Discussion or decision of possible change to Cambridge EMS service area for Town of Lake Mills residents. Guess we should get a motion to have a meeting this month with that group, our entire board,
Sure, we can.
to put this on the fast track
Okay.
and see where we're gonna end up with it. I think that's pretty important.
Do you want that meeting with the whole commission? Or just with Paul and the chair? Because I believe we are scheduled for a meeting soon.
It'd
It's
be
not
nice.
scheduled, but it'll be coming.
I think it would
soon.
be nice probably with the whole commission.
Okay, all right. I'll call Mark tomorrow.
So if we do we need a motion for that to make sure it happens, or?
Make a motion that we, Town of Lake Mills, meet with the Cambridge Fire and EMS Commissioners to discuss the area coverage.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries to set that meeting. All right, next one. Do we need to untable?
No.
The discussion or decision
Nothing's
resolution for the
happening there.
government agreement. Okay, moving on. All right, C, discussion and decision of appointment for Town of Lake Mills Police Chief. As you all know, we've been without a police chief for a while. We had one temporarily, and then the city took him back. It wouldn't let him do both, so kind of set us back a little bit. But we do have somebody with a high level of experience, recent experience, that I think would be perfect for the job. His name is Mick Selk. He's a former police chief of the city of Lake Mills. So tonight, can we get a motion to appoint Mick Selk as the next Town of Lake Mills police chief?
I'll make a motion to approve Mick Selk as Town of Lake Mills Police Chief.
Second,
Any other discussion?
comes with a 10-year contract.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Congratulations, Mick.
Is that okay? Were you guys gonna stop out early?
Kevin, too.
I can wait a few.
I don't think it'll be too long.
We're moving right along here.
Yeah, I think we're moving pretty quick, so.
All right, new business. A, discussion and/or decision of approval of CD renewal.
I was gonna stick around.
Okay.
If you don't leave me up here, I'll be there.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Got it. That you call, that's on the agenda, right?
Yeah, that's
Looks
her,
like the, pardon?
yeah, that's her CD that she brought up earlier.
Right. The specials, 14th month CD, 3.59%, and 26th month is 3.73. They're the best two on the thing. I'd recommend we go with the 14 month, just keep it.
Shorter term.
Yeah, that way you have a chance to get your hands on it if you need it.
So I'll make a motion to approve, or put the money in a 14-month CD, Bank Lake Mills, for 3.59%.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. B, discussion or decision of election official wage amount.
Do you remember what?
So we had updated the fee schedule this last December, and part of that discussion was making sure we up the election workers' wage, which we proposed to be, I gotta find it here, for the chief inspectors, $15 per hour, and election officials at $12 per hour. And then we do still have people that choose to volunteer their time as well, so. And that would be going up from 10 for chiefs and $8 per hour for regular.
I make a motion to approve the election workers' chiefs to $15 per hour, and the election, just workers, right?
Just regular officials, so.
$12 per hour.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, discussion or decision of police chief's attendance at the Chiefs Convention in February. It was brought to my attention that there's a Chiefs Convention in February, potential updating. Mick, you're in the crowd, so I'm assuming you know something about this, if you want to speak on it a little bit quick.
Yeah, it was just a brief discussion I had with Robin, because we were required to have 24 hours of training every year to maintain our certifications. And I've been out of law enforcement for 6 months now, and I've got 6 months to get that 24 hours in. It's something I did as police chief for the city, and that is where I got the primary hours. I'm not 100% sure that that's exactly what I want to do. I was going to talk to Ryan about boat patrol. Maybe there's some training I can take on that, but usually the expenses associated with that is about $300, or the The Chiefs Conference is about a $300 registration fee, and then probably 2 to 3 nights at hotel. Last time it was at the Kalahari, I thought I heard it got moved to Green Bay. So there might be that expense, but I'm still up in the air about it. But I would expect if I do go, the total cost would be somewhere north of $700, maybe south of $1,000. So, but
How many hours do you get for that?
that should cover almost my entire 24 hours there.
Oh, wow, so it's one shot.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Bob usually goes to every year?
Yeah, so
So then
keep those.
you would be, Bob would not go, you would go, right?
So I believe Bob goes to the Chiefs and Sheriff, or I'm sorry, the Sheriff's Association one.
Okay.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, if you know, but that is, it's tailored a different way because sheriff's departments have different authorities, especially since they run jails and, court systems and stuff like that, so. It's just, it was just something I threw out there when I was talking to Robin as a possibility to get my 24 hours real quick, so I don't have to worry about it, over the next 6 months, but whatever you choose, I know it costs a little bit.
I'll make a motion to approve the attendance of the police convention, if you so choose, and pay for the expenses on
I'll second that.
the
Any other discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Discussion or decision of proposed ordinance 520-27, Town of Lake Mills keeping the chickens ordinance. Let's circle back.
I rewrote this based on the comments that Kevin sent back to us, and tried to take into account everything he said. I still think I left in there about not selling of eggs. That's up for discussion.
Okay.
I think it should stay in there, but, and then I changed the whole enforcement penalties and compliance procedures. So if a person following compliance procedures shall be applied to keeping chickens. Determination by the town, that's another thing. Made it Town of Lake Mills Police Department enforcing it, which he suggested be done instead of the town board.
Sure.
So if there's any violation of any of these 14 items, the people would get one warning, and then the second violation, they would get 30-day, an order to remove the chickens and the coop, chicken and chicken coops and everything within 30 days. And so then the enforcement again would be by the Town of Lake Mills Police Department. And then if after 30 days the owner has not complied to the removal order issued per section 527.3 of this ordinance, the owner shall be fined $10 per day plus the cost of prosecution until all chickens, chicken coops, and fencing are removed from the property. That's up for discussion too. I just put $10 a day in there. So. And then I think it should go to the attorney before we pass it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Price of eggs I heard is $4, $5 a dozen or something.
Some places it's up to 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
I have my own chickens, so I don't have.
You don't live in the
Yeah, you're day one.
I do not. I live in agriculture.
I don't see any issues with these improvements to it at all.
Is there
Something that outlines of who are the current owners of chickens grandfathered or not grandfathered? I think that they need to comply if they have chickens now or if they have chickens later. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
I would say.
I would say
Okay.
they comply,
Yeah.
immediately. And
That was one question.
I would suspect that some of these aren't even registered with DATCAP.
Yeah.
That was one question I had
So,
gotten
yeah.
on this, so if
Yeah.
the ones are grandfathered and that already have chickens was the question I got, so.
No.
No.
They have to
Okay.
comply with this.
They just gotta comply to it.
It's not
that-
asking a lot. I mean, it's,
It's common sense, most of it. I mean, just keep things in order and you'll be fine. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Kevin's other comment was he didn't understand why the chicken run would have to be covered with a netting, but chickens fly.
Unless you clip their wings, yeah.
Yeah, unless you clip their wings, but who's gonna, I mean, I see that one on Highway G, as you just cross Highway 18, or 12, Highway 12. It's got chickens on the right-hand side. The fence was like 4 feet high, the chickens are always out in the road and stuff. Now I see you added another 2 or 3 feet on top of that. I'll bet you those chickens are still flying out of that. Because mine fly 8 feet high, no problem.
Oh, yeah, they'll get up there. Okay, so we probably, if there's not any other discussion, get a motion to move this on to the attorney.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
And then do that before the public hearing. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Thanks, Jim. E, discussion or decision adoption of proposed ordinance 1-7, adopt the Wisconsin municipal record schedule.
Make a motion to approve or adopt the ordinance 1-7 municipal records schedule.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion
Are
carries.
you going to swear him in now, or are we doing that after?
We can do it after.
Okay.
We can take pictures of it.
Correspondence.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That was pressing one.
Uh,
Christmas.
Discussion of future agenda items.
We need to do the budget resolutions. And there was something for the buoys for Joe, wasn't there?
Oh, insurance,
Yeah, the insurance increase.
well, it was workman's comp, right?
Yeah, the workman's comp that they try to finagle this year for Coconut Pearl.
Joint Rock will probably have the AIS thing back on there for February, and then probably something for fundraising too, if they get that in order,
Right.
in draft order before that meeting date.
Okay.
Parks Committee, I'm not sure if they will have something on the floor for that, other than the potential of finally getting those costs separated for Phillips Park.
Okay, I guess we'll wait until we
Fix
hear
those
from them.
boards, yeah.
Okay. And something else. Anything from this current agenda that needs to carry over?
The table item for the intergovernmental agreement, in case something happens
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Cambridge EMS, we probably should leave on there as
Yeah.
well.
A&B board, yeah.
Pretty much it from that one.
No. Okay.
Do you want to start any more ordinances, or just wait another month?
Well, we'll have the chicken ordinance, and hopefully we'll be able to wrap that up with a response from our attorney.
Public hearing on that?
Yep.
Okay.
And then roads, probably to see where we're at with our 2023 budget for that, and I'll probably have a list of roads for crack filling by then,
Okay.
just so we can have some kind of idea to get some estimations for that,
Okay.
and see what we can do this year. Because we're not gonna have a lot of money with that loan out there probably, so. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Meeting schedule, February 2nd, 2023, Parks Committee meeting, 7 PM at Town Hall. February 2nd, 2023, Joint Rock Lake Committee meeting, 6 PM at City Hall. February 7th, 2023, Plan Commission meeting, 7 PM at the Town Hall. February 9th, 2023, Town Hall Facilities Committee meeting, 6 PM at Town Hall. February 14th, 2023, Town Board meeting, 7 PM at the Town Hall.
We have a meeting Thursday night too.
The 12th.
Facilities.
Yeah, the 12th of this week.
January 12th.
And then we're proposing an open house for January 24th for the
24th.
public. Yep.
For the public, okay, excellent. All right, can we get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Any discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, say nay. Motion carries, meeting adjourned at 7:40 PM.
That's,